Okay, for this lesson, we are going to be looking at the grammar and writing notebook side of our notebook. You should have this handout right here. It should say HBIT on the front. That's the one we're going to use. Your first page should have your race booklet. If you don't have that in your booklet, then you just need to go ahead and glue that in. So we're looking on the page right after that first page. So you're going to cut out around the box for the HBIT, and you're going to cut around all those boxes as well. Those ones are going to be little boxes, and then finally the last box right there where it has the paragraph, you're going to cut around it as well. So I already went ahead and cut those. So you're going to title it Informative Introduction at the top. So you should have them already cut out. You do want to color these the same colors I have, red, blue, and green. You can color this white part too if you want. You don't have to. Now those parts should be cut so that way they're tabs. Sorry for the sunlight. It was morning when I took this. So you don't want to cut that part under the letters there. Now, the other little three papers should already be cut out, so that way they have three little slips, and then you should have your paragraph cut out as well. So that's what it looks like. So now we can begin. So the first thing I'm going to do is this line right here, I'm going to fold on that line, and then I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to put glue where I just folded, so behind the big letters that say HBIT. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glue. And then I'm going to take it, I'm going to secure it to the page. So I went ahead and I've secured that to the page. If at any time I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video. Now these little strips of paper are going to go behind the tabs for all of these. Now I know they don't fit exactly, they're a little bit smaller, but that's to help you fit it in properly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with my first tab, which is H for hook. This is the one that says, how can I grab the reader's blank? So you're going to take your glue, you're going to put glue on the back of that, and then you're going to glue it to the back of the tab. You're not gluing it to the lined part of the paper, you're gluing it to the back of the tab. And then you're going to take the next one, which is going to go for background information. And this is the one that says, what does the author, and then it has a couple blanks. So you're going to use that one right there. You're going to put glue on the back, and then you're going to put that one right there. It's what does the reader need to blank? That's what it says. And then finally, you have the last piece of paper, which should say this is the most important part of the essay. And then you are going to glue that under the tab for thesis. So you should have the three tabs, and behind each tab, you should have all of the glued in pieces on the flaps. Now we will be filling those out in class, so you don't have to worry about filling those out right now. So then you're going to take your paragraph, and pretty simple, you're literally just going to flip it over, you're just going to apply some glue, and then on the back of it, you are going to you're going to put that down and secure it to the page, so behind where the tabs are. So here I am securing it to the page. So then, in essence, when you flip the tabs up, you should be able to see the paragraph. Now, we will be coloring that in class, so you need to make sure you're bringing a red, blue, and green crayon in class, because we'll be filling in not only just the fill in the blanks, but also coloring in the parts in the paragraph that we see there. So that's what it should look like when it's completed. Okay, so now we're going into the informative body paragraph. So these are the 2 pages that you're going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut along the outside of the line, and you're also going to be cutting tabs just like in the last book, or I'm sorry, the last page. And then you're going to be cutting around the outline of the paragraph as well, because we will be gluing that in just like in the previous page. So when I'm done cutting and coloring, this is what I have. I have my tabs already cut, and then I have it in order of color: red, blue, green, orange, and purple. So red, blue, green, orange, and purple. You want to make sure you're following that same color. So you're going to fold along the line just like how we did for the previous one. So once you're done folding it, you're going to take your glue and you're going to apply glue to that fold. So here I am taking my glue, we're going to apply it to that fold, and then you should just secure that fold in place, which will give you the tabs that you need. Okay, so these tabs do not have anything that are going to be glued on the back of it, and instead you're filling in the blanks on the front. So all you do now is just take the paragraph and you're going to lift all the tabs up and you're going to glue the paragraph in its place on where all the lines are. So I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to apply some glue. So there you go, I've applied my glue, and then now I'm going to go ahead and secure that in place. And that's all you need to do for this page. You don't need to color anything in the paragraph because we will be doing that in class, and you don't need to fill in any of the blanks because we will be doing that in class. So when you're done, you should have all of these tabs that open up to a paragraph. Okay, so now onto the last page. Last page is the informative conclusion, so you want to make sure you're writing that on the top of your page as your title. You should have your 3 R's paper. You should also have these little papers for the tabs and your paragraph paper. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. So this is what it should look like when you have them all cut and colored. Your 3 R's should be cut into tabs, red, blue, and green, just like in your H-bit. And they're cut into tabs, just like the previous pages. Those fill in the blanks should all be cut out independently, just like for the H-bit. And the paragraph should be just cut out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and fold it on the line. I'm going to put glue behind where it has the 3 R's. And once I'm done putting the glue, I'm going to secure it in place on my page. Doesn't matter where on the page, as long as it's nice and neat, not sticking out. So I've secured that in place. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be gluing these behind the tab. So this is the order that they go. The first one says do not restate your thesis. The second one says review blank. And so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing those in. So we get the first one that says do not restate your thesis word for word. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to put glue on the back of it, and then I'm going to glue it to the back of the tab. Just like so. They are pretty precise in regards to their sizing, so it's going to take, you have to be pretty careful gluing it in. Then I'm going to take my next one. So for reviewing main points, the one that you're going to put for that one is the one that says review blank blank. It's pretty self-explanatory what the next 2 words are. And then finally for the revisit hook one, you're going to glue in the last paper that we have onto the back of the tab, and it should say first blank your hook. So I went ahead and I've glued all the tabs, so they should look something like that. I'm going to take my paragraph that starts with in conclusion, and I'm going to go ahead and spread my glue all the way around, and I'm going to secure that to the page. So now I should have my 3 R's, my restate thesis, review main points, and revisit hook as little flaps. And then when you lift them up, you see the paragraph that we will be coloring in and the fill in the blank that we will be doing in class. So to review, you have your informative introduction, you have your hook, your background information, and your thesis. You should be able to flip all of these over to see tabs that have fill in the blanks and see the paragraph. Then you have your informative body paragraph. So you should have all of these tabs with fill in the blanks that lead up into the paragraph behind it. And you should have them all colored the same way I have them colored. So that's red, blue, green, orange, purple. And then finally you have the 3 R's, which are red, blue, and green. And you should be able to flip those up to show the paragraph